Okay, so I think I may have accidentally found one of the best budget-friendly plant propagation setups for indoor plant collectors. I stumbled across this shoe organizer that's partially clear but clear enough for us plant collectors while just doing some random errands. So I was out getting my usual supplies and I'll unbox everything with you all shortly. And I stumbled across that shoe organizer, but obviously my plant brain kicked in and immediately I thought to myself, that is the prop box that I need right now for. If you've been keeping up with me on this channel, I have a lot of propagation and a lot of seedlings and too a lot of little experiments that's going on. And I just want to organize everything in one system that's easy to manage and easy to clean too. I'm going to get into all my thoughts about it. I do have some other items to share with you all, but jump into my mind for a minute. Let me just run through these basics with you all before we get into the organizer. Some of these items I didn't even know it was here. I was actually looking on Temu for it or Amazon, but I've been struggling with the shelving in my greenhouse and I'm getting ready to prop up my dock block seedlings that are in two. And I loved this system that houses a ton of seedlings in one compact tree. And I need these trees because look at the gaps between the shelving. I am just so upset with the shelving, but I'm not going to let it stop me. But basically, this is the concept. You can see a ton of my alocasias growing here at the bottom of the tray of a prop box. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to, just improvise with that shelving. So I got a couple things I want to show you. Besides the seedling tray, I got these perforated trays for my smaller plants, propagations, and just anything that will fall through the gap in the shelving that I have. So I'm hoping that this will help me keep things compact and organized. This is how I plan to use it. I just want to rest it on the shelf like this, where it can be supported on multiple beams. And I'm hoping to just be able to put more plants in here if I have everything in a well organized, compact system or organizer like that tree. Just to give you a quick example, this is a begonia Sinbad that I'm propping, and I'm actually using the saucer for a horizontal planter right now to prevent them from falling through the gaps. So if I could get all of these little tiny plants onto those trees, I think I will be using the shelving how it was meant to be used, because I have more tiny plants right now than big plants. If you all know, I recently moved, so I'm rehabbing a lot of plants. And I also have a lot of propagations and seedlings in tow. So to really get the use out of the shelving, I need trees like that to help me contain everything. So I'll keep you all posted in terms of if it's flimsy or if it works out well. For my Trini viewers, everything will be linked below. I got all of these things from GrowRight, and here is a couple more S hooks that I got from them also. It was like $20. By the way, the perforated tray was also $20. The prices were ridiculously crazy. I actually went to GrowRight to find the clear pots. And let me bust your bubble too, they're completely sold out. But I decided to still look around too because I needed some dome covers. Those were also sold out too, but I'll let y'all know when everything is restocked, of course. But I still stuck around to browse and see what else I could find. And well, that $20 pack of S hooks was a no brainer to take home. I love hanging my alocasias, as you could see here, and those S hooks are really, really good quality. It's metal, it is substantial, and it fits over my RHS beams perfectly. And I can hang like anything from the ceiling, from the beams, securely using my macrame planters or whatever I decide to use. And these are just some basic regular pots, but here is one that a plant, or I should say seeds, some cilantro seeds that I have never shown you all, and that I've never shown you all anything related to food, really. No, no, I'm joking. This was in my outdoor video, it's true. So you all would know about my lemon trees and my avocado tree that I'm growing from seed. But nothing has been done here other than I got some soil to try and do some raised beds. And well, it's a long story coming. And that was basically everything from GrowRight. What I'm so excited to show you all is really the star of this video, which is my clear stackable shoe organizer that I got from Brand Source for $250. I know it might be sounding expensive, but this thing is super, super substantial. It is not that flimsy plastic. It is actually reinforced with tougher, what do you call it, plastic framing. It's much more durable, well, not meant, but can be used outdoors in a sheltered space. So I was like, this is perfect for the greenhouse, especially considering the struggles that I've been having space-wise. Let me set you all up at a different angle so you can see upon opening the box what everything looks like. So I think it is value for money, honestly. It may be sounding expensive to some, but for what I'm going to get out of it and for the quality and just the usefulness, you're going to see exactly what I mean once I pop this box open. I think it was real value for money. And in the event that it doesn't work out in the greenhouse, I recently moved, so I know maybe I might use it for its intended use, which is as a shoe organizer or just as container storage for my daughter's room. And she just has 1,000 pieces of little toys floating around everywhere. So I could use it as a storage solution to inside the house. But for now, let's see how it holds up in the greenhouse. So this is how it comes packaged. It is quite compact. If you realize, it is really compact in here, and it's collapsible. So I thought that was genius, because if I'm not using it, if I'm not doing seedling propagation or in general, I don't have use for it, I could just break it down and store it away until I need it again. And when I say break it down, if you're anything like me and don't like assembling things or like just putting together anything that has a ton of different parts to unscrew, and then I'm worried about if I'm going to lose the parts and whatever, when I say break it down, all I literally have to do is look at this. It's like a little accordion folder, just vertical. I could just compress this. There are no like parts required to take out or put in. Everything is just contained in this one little stretch. I'm hoping y'all could appreciate the height too. It's at least 4 feet tall. I'll flip the filming angle soon for y'all to really understand, but for now, let me show you how this thing gets put together. It's like a little click-clack system. You really just have to pull and click and you're done. So if you look closely, let me just give y'all some more visuals. Right, so if you look closely, there's a white perforated backing. And to get this set up, all you have to do is push the white backing into a groove and it snaps in place. So for each cavity, you want to do that. So there are no screws, there are no clips, nothing like that. You're literally just pushing it into a groove and snapping it shut. And the same thing goes for the front. All I had to do was just pull the little opening forward, and there are these two, well, I should say clear plastic framing, and it snaps to the front just like how the back snaps. Let me turn it so you can see what I'm doing better. In essence, all you have to do is push this white backing into a groove and snap it in. Just like this. For each cavity, you want to just push this all the way back. You're going to hear it click, and that means you've secured it properly. So for each one, you're just going to do that. And as you start to press these in, the entire tower starts to take shape. So the sides, even though you're seeing it sort of pushed in right now or indented, it will start to straighten out as all the pieces, well, the back and the front, become stable or get put in place. So for this front part, we want to do the same thing. We want to pull this piece down. It has a clear plastic, hard plastic framing, and you're just snapping it into a groove again to the front, and that's the closure there. You can just open and close using that little flap. So to the front, you're just snapping it in place, just like this too. I can't wait to get plants in here and see if this even works. I always enjoy seeing what other collectors are using behind the scenes, so hopefully this gives you some ideas too, but this was definitely the star of the haul today. I'm going to deep dive into my thinking behind how I plan or how I intend to use this in the greenhouse or for the purposes of growing plants instead of stacking shoes. But anyway, here are all the boxes it checks for me, especially as it relates to propagation and rehabbing my plants. Firstly, it has clear sides for light penetration. It's enclosed, which means I can maintain a nice high stable humidity, and it takes up a really small space. So it has a compact footprint, as well as if I decide to collapse it, it doesn't require much storage space. And those little perforations would allow for some air exchange to prevent fungal issues. It's portable and easy to clean, and I think it's a great replacement, or in the event that you can't buy a glass cabinet, which I really would love to eventually have in the house and to utilize. It's much more my vibe and it's much more aesthetically pleasing. I just can't afford that right now. So to me, this should get the job done for me. And if I do decide to showcase plants inside. Depending on how I style it, I definitely think I can make this work inside the greenhouse and in the house if it comes to that. I want to stress on the main point or the main thing that made me purchase it, and that I think it's enclosed enough to trap moisture and maintain humidity levels higher than ambient conditions. And I'm struggling with a few imports right now, and because Grow Right was out of stock with these propagation dome covers, I have been trying to set seeds in ambient, and it's been a lot more difficult. So I'm hoping that this will help me solve some of these problems. Here is where I intended to place it, but it's too cramped and I don't have access to the plants to the back, so I think I'm going to relocate it to the right side of the shelving. I also had to move some plants to get it to fit, and I think it's just too much of a tight squeeze. While I work on repositioning it, I just want to mention that I think it'll be incredibly useful for collectors who don't necessarily have greenhouse cabinets or grow tents. I think this could honestly be a really accessible alternative to, managing your smaller plants or propagations in a really nice, compact, organized spot. What I'm pointing out here is that the polycarbonate sheet in that spot is missing, and I thought here would have been ideal for it to receive some more light as well as be able to get rained on so that that humidity can enter through the perforated back. But it's just too cramped in this space, and I really need access, proper access to penetrate and do all the planty things. So I'm gonna grab it out of here and place it on the right side of my seedling shelf. And I don't think I showed y'all all of these seedlings, by the way, is what I want to place in the shelving. But I don't think I showed y'all what's on the opposite side, just so that I think really that's the best spot. But of course, comment below if you have a better idea, if you can help me figure out, where to reposition it. But these propagation systems are on the opposite side, so I really don't have space to place it anywhere here. And on this side is another plant shelf, so there's a pretty tight spot also. So I'm really thinking that all I have available is really the right side of my seedling shelving unit. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that until you all chime in the comments and let me know, what might be a better alternative. I think it's worth just sharing my thoughts on the fact that beautiful greenhouse cabinets are amazing, yes, but you genuinely do not need a luxury setup to successfully grow and propagate plants. A lot of plant collecting is experimentation, and sometimes the best setups come from repurposing ordinary items creatively. This is one of those things that feels practical, accessible, and beginner friendly while still being useful for experienced collectors too. What I'm pointing out here are the clear sides, so I'm hoping the lighting situation should be sufficient in the system. I moved my mature Cebu Blue outside. I'll show you all where just now, but I am genuinely excited to start testing this. I definitely plan to update you all on humidity performance, propagation results, plant recovery progress, and what I think is worth buying it long term. I'm just straying here for a second because I'm noticing browning on my Amidrium medium silver, and I'm suspecting that it's ready for a repot. And it is. Let me zoom in here. I'm seeing roots emerging on the surface. There you go. So I have to add this to my to-do list. But anyway, I digressed, and before I forget, let me show you where my mature Cebu Blue is going to live. This is actually the top cut. You would have seen this plant all over my Instagram, and we experienced some high winds here, and the entire top broke off, so that's a propagation project in the making. But what I want to do now is start filling this organizer, which is now my plant incubator, and just to give you all an idea of how I plan to use it. So this top tray was actually populated with dock block seeds, and as you can see here, it's been complete failure. I got to that clear propagation dome probably 2 days ago when I freed up another propagation box that my alocasias were growing in. So that has been on there for only 2 days. But as you can see here, this shelf, I could have gotten a better yield, I think, if the humidity was higher and maybe faster growth. So I want to start adding things to the organizer now. Okay, so let's start playing around so you can get an idea of how I'm thinking. So everything here is basically Anthurium seeds that have sprouted or propagations in two. What I've noticed happening here is that the seeds that have sprouted, so the seedlings, are getting burnt in that spot. Let me open up each one so you can have a better view of what is happening inside. So I have three of these containers. This is actually a stackable container set that I got from PriceMart to store shoes as well, that I repurposed to use as either domes, propagation domes, like in this case, or to store my amendments. So in there has got a seed tray, and in here I just set those seeds directly into moss in the container because I was out of space, and again, grow right did not restock the propagation domes as yet, so I just reused these because at this point I really needed to get these seeds planted. So they're doing well in the containers, but they're getting burnt, so I need to relocate them. And if you look closely, you would see that there's white mold, so I think there isn't enough airflow in there. So I'm hoping if I add them to this system, I can solve a lot of problems. So the dimensions on this container is 12 inches by 6 inches, and it fits directly into just a full shelf. So I'm just giving you all a good idea of the space inside of these containers too. So it can hold a pretty large amount. And if it's seeds you're dealing with, I think I have lost count on how many seeds in a container, but it's a lot. And I want to see if my seed trays can fit in here. Now, this is one that I've chopped up, so it's not the standard size seed tray. So I'll show you all coming up what a standard size would look like. But I just want to start piling some things in and test to see, how it's holding up with weight in there. So I'm just going to toss this additional container in there and, see what happens over time while we start piling things in. What, besides the seed, sorry, what I'm also very excited to test is if acclimating imports. For example, this is my Anthurium dressleri that is failing right now. If you missed my import video, I will link it for you all below, but I think it needs some more humidity and it's getting burnt in the spot that it's in. So I'm hoping if I add it to the organizer, it will boost humidity and it'll just help the process of acclimation, or help the plant to acclimate faster, and maybe I could save it. So this is basically how I'm thinking. Let me take y'all over on this side so you can see how I use my existing propagation domes already. So I sprout alocasia corms in here and I do a lot of wet stick propagations. That's the only way I get wet sticks to sprout, when it's in close to 100% humidity, and I love using those propagation domes. In the absence of that is why I'm thinking this system would be useful to me, because technically I can't find any more locally to buy. So I'm really hoping that this organizer would be able to get the job done for propagations as well. So that is seed sprouting, check. Rehabilitations from imports, check. And then I'm hoping wet stick propagations and other propagations. And this is the standard seed tray size. And what I want to do is show you all if it can fit in here, of which it can't. One row can't. So usually, to me, I think of these trays as manipulatable. I cut them up. So I think if I remove one row, they should be fine. And what I'm hoping is the seeds that have not sprouted yet, I'm hoping that they're still viable. And if they enter a system of higher humidity, they might sprout for me. So my yield might increase. And basically, that's how I'm thinking. I just want to show you all where the opening for the greenhouse is, so that you can see that sufficient light should be able to get to the organizer. That's why I'm thinking this location is good. But let me know your thoughts down below. And I just want to grab my blue oil fern, as well as one of my Anthurium forgetii that has gone down and has been like this for months now. I'm hoping that, being in a higher humidity environment will activate them, which I am shocked that my polycarbonate greenhouse is not getting them to activate. So, I'm just going to up the humidity even more by putting it in the organizer. And here is a Hoya prop tray that has not started rooting after weeks now. It is an ambient, so I'm just going to pop it in here like this to up the humidity once more. And it looks like that's it for this video. So this is going to be my intro and outro, it seems like. So if you're new here, this is a faceless YouTube channel where I dive deep into my plant collection and my plant journey. I share a ton of rescues and experiments. So if you're into that sort of thing, consider subscribing. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. If you enjoyed the video, Consider liking it and comment all the comments, all the things that you thought while doing this, which plant you would put in here if you think this is a complete waste of time and it's not going to be useful. Who knows? I love hearing from you all, and I reply to every single comment. And based on the issues that you saw today, if you have any suggestions, drop them down there as well. So thanks for being here.